quite good against Poppy. I think you can even go so far and say, fuck it, let's pick Kaiser, Rakan, let's not give a fuck. Yeah, I think Casey wins, guys. That's where I land, yeah. I'm wrestling with it because I think before the Braum, I was so excited about Koi, but I think Casey wins. I think Casey wins because of Braum. This is gonna be such a chill game until the junglers reach 6, and then we're gonna see fireworks. Stagger good on Poppy? Not so sure, actually. Not so sure. Yeah, the Braum is very weak in this game, and I think that they don't have enough tools to make Kaiser an exciting champion. Alright, really good trade from Koi bot lane. Really well done. Wow, the turnaround! Oh, can he get to kill the barrier? Oh, the bait from Kalis Criminal! Oh! Poppy's full build, guys. Kindle gem, bro. That is one fed super, bro. Like, you don't want to open press tab and see Kindle gem Poppy on enemy team. You know you're about to get thumped. Thump. Baby rockin' it. Oh, let's take a look at this again. This is Kalis Criminal POV, the turn. What happened with the final auto here of oh, the timing was a little bit off. Oh, the giggle. He's giggling because he knows they fucked the trade. They fucked the trade, by the way. Alright, Kana misses the ultimate here. They have no sums. Vladi with the double combo. Free food. This game is Jova, my friends. This game is Jova, my friends. 2 for 1 in the grab department, and Ezreal is buttering all of this, guys. They did this shit 5v4, bro. Ezreal's mining bitcoins, bro. Oh, the Koi special, invading with super jungle, super on the hover as well. Casey, you know, they are in a winning position, but they are not out of the lurch just yet, you know. The enemy team still has very powerful ultimates to combo with. And what this lead truly gives you, right? In the game, psychologically, this lead can make you play worse. Because what this lead really means is that you will be able to transition into 2 core on everybody and be stronger than the enemy. But currently, Koi, before that window, are looking for fights and are looking for ways to engage and use Vi. So Casey, even though they're ahead now, their advantage lies in the fact that they reach 2 core without any pain points. Kalis Criminal, a little bit too forward. That's scary to me. Casey know that they are not super strong. They're gonna reach 2 core in time for Soul, and that is gonna be delicious. Vicious and delicious. Low-key kinda lucky for Koi because the Chemtech Soul isn't game deciding here, I would say. It is a buffed variant, but I don't think it's more game deciding than the scaling of Casey in such a game. The cool thing about Koi's composition still with the Vi always, there's certain swings that you can go for, you know? It's funny because Ezreal and Kaiser, they are very unique in terms of how they curve out as champions. Kaiser is a champion that really enjoys getting the next component because she gets Q upgrade, right? The Jojo combination, they just find a trap here on Alvaro. He's walking in, gets snacked on. Casey is so damn disciplined. Super getting all in as well, Banana. Stylized walks back just at the right time, is aware of Vi's timing. Woo! Casey! Casey!
Nasty towards Master Koi. They really struggle when that vision is down. Hang on. Vladdy trying to try and get a hold of the turret.
Alright, Vladdy gets first turret. He's trading hard with Jojo Pune. Here comes Maokai to save the day. Q, smash, Rambo. KC! Just casually the most disciplined team in the league. Damn!
Just got mid lane tier 1 as well. Here comes Vladdy to fight.
Vladdy wants to defend. Vladdy is everywhere. Oh, Kana! The range of his public execution just wasn't long enough, but here comes the tackle into the wall. The root sandstorm clips in the end. That's a Leandric Maokai. That does a lot of fucking damage with the ult. KC! Ooh, mama! Oh!
Vladdy is also the damage, and he just got it all onto Super, who's now down to 10%.
Vladdy is fucking drifting, bro. He has Zika's armor already. And there is Ezreal item as well. Ezreal is on 2 core so early on in the game. Here comes the Popule, Targama swinging his mallet. Good retake, bro. Vladdy posturing so far forward, I like it. Maokai Bramble smash into Smite. That's the first kill from Koi. They're all finally on the board, but they missed the Drake. Can't outsmite the Maokai. Can't outsmite, outsmite, I can't speak. I can't talk. Can't talk. What does discipline usually come from in a team? Mostly experience or coaching? I think it depends on what players you have, you know. I think it's like you coming across and making players understand what is important while they practice is so important. Elioya is just trying to find a flank is not it, man. Vi dying. It's a very good spot for Maokai as well to do Atakan because he can always throw saplings into the bush. Fantastic work from Yike, man. And now, like, this is a very good Atakan because it crosses over to Soul. Look at the 2 core. Look at how the economy has played out as well. Economy is so fun to talk about. I think I'm the only one. Like, I look at League like I'm a fucking accountant. Alright, Kana's kind of griefing it, but he is Ambessa, but he's against Kisante. The withdrawal. Drake is spawning in 20 seconds. Say Drake. Combination in the nation. Tagamas with the clean poppy performance.
Nature's Grasp comes across to teleport in from Jojo to his own tier 3 to try and join the fight. Goes across the veil and between worlds, but that rabbit is being hunted again.
Okay, GG. Where did the Brom come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? Cotton Angel. We're sure calling a KC? Bro, it looks so fluid. I think everybody's involved, man. But I have to say, like, Targamos was on my fraud watch, you know? Targamos was my fraud watch, and this was a very good game from Targamos. Really good game from Targamos. Nice cheeky wall here from Vladdy. Blocks him out. Maokai, tackle into the wall, the Talia, and Poppy combo. Vladdy with the Solari. The combo on Kalis. Kalis Criminel with the E. He finds the pocket to be in. Holy decimation. Decimation.
It's back to the drawing board. Game 2 has to be on your
Entering Koi at 35. That is such a fucking good I'll never forget.
There's a teleport towards the top side.
Going Billy Billy at 13 here.
You won't even get the joy of seeing the Nexus fall on his own screen. Targamas throws down.
I don't know, this is one of the funniest memes of all time. KC, bro, that's the most disciplined game. What a bro. Lista locked in. Vladdy Victor. 7-11 stats on the Victor. I think Azir is the better champ currently after Victor nerfs. The Little Tempo Azir is popping. Zaira Khan. Okay. Not the easiest lane, but Renata's gonna be picked here on 3. Surely you pick Renata, no? That's such a freebie lane. I think Koi should play Ivern. This is an Ivern game, if I've ever seen one. Sejuani ban. I think blue side wants Ivern. I think I wouldn't be surprised if KC play Viego or Pantheon here on 4, guys, into 5 pick. They could also pick Jace, but the thing is, I think they really need a tank jungler, so Pantheon is banned. This is gonna be a rare Viego game, because Viego, like, this is a rare good Viego game. Very rare. But it puts a lot of pressure on you to do a lot early game. Could be also just Wukong. Could be Wukong as well. But then you invite AP jungle. There's the Wukong. And now I think Koi. This might sound crazy, guys, but they need to pick like Amumu. Like Amumu Jace here for the win, bro. Oh, I'm not a big fan of the Karma lock in here, unless, what is, like, because it's like you want to pick an AP jungle. Is he going Volibear? Lee? Yo, what are we doing here? What are we hovering these champions for? Lee?
That's my worry right now. Very little.
I think Volibear could have been a great champ too, bro.
It can be a bruiser.
Imagine they went Volibear, bro. Volibear would have been tremendous here as well, I think. Because they just need to get through the early game. Hey, look at that swap here from Koi. It's pretty fucking solid. Targamas reads it super well, though. Don't tell me Koi is going for this. Because this is spicy if they go for this. Let's see the W. Let's see the W. Ooh, Koi. Damn. Here's some classy ass dives, Koi. Nice.
Flash for a Dragon's Rage, and now Vladdy's in danger too. Trying to run away. The shield from Targamas might be enough to turn around. Arcane here to stop. When it left. But the point still stands. Didn't happen. Kalist flashes.
Ooh, Kalist with the flash. Yo, Koi has managed to stabilize his lane really well, bro. The thing is, Casey will get mid-pry on the next wave mid. Casey macro is just a little bit better here, guys. It's just a little bit better. Look at that. They are first onto mid wave. Rakan is basing to go bot. And now they can cross through mid and look for the crab on bottom side. And they're gonna get another objective. I think Casey will get Drake, you know? Wukong is basing for Trinity Force, I believe. Oh, he's staying. They're pulling. Zaya had to base. Zaya got giga chunked by Kalist. We didn't see it on the screen, but she lost a lot of health. Our favorite Casey here. They're gonna get the Drake. Now the question is, KC, will they find two core?
Two grubs and a dragon is Casey's haul from that.
I don't know. The fact that they chunked, Super got chunked on bot wave is a really big deal. But now there's a tempo advantage from Koi's side because Casey didn't base. Casey didn't base on Wukong, Kalist. Kalist is now begging that he gets a clean base. Like Koi really wants to lock Kalist in lane because there's an Essence Reaver advantage. He's on a ward. They cleared it with pink. Now they're on the bottom wave. Kalist is just begging to get a base. Victor is in danger, no? Victor is in danger. He's trying to hover to the play on bot. But he spots Rakan and Elioya is cancelling his Rico one time. Yeah, Koi is begging to get some kind of advantage here with Essence Reaver. They just cleared the cannon wave. Kalista is sitting on Blade Gold. She just want to go home. Really good extension here from Koi. I'm really happy that Elioya actually cancelled Rico because there's an item advantage. Here comes Yak with the Trinity Force. Alright, finally Kalist says, guys, I am just catch the wave, bot Yike. I am sick of being here. I want to go home, bro. Ooh, Elioyo. Elioyo gets blue and the Gromp. And now Kalist is coming out with Blade and Ruin King. I think Koi needs to chill. They're hitting. I don't know if this is good from Koi. Oh, they are doing a lot more damage than I expected. It's really good from Koi. It's really good from Koi. They are doing a lot more damage with the grubbies than I expected here. If they get the base off, they are so happy. They got cancelled. Because now Koi are the ones that are gonna get lane locked. Now it's the reverse of what we saw before. It's the reverse. Alright, they're starting up the Drake. Holy, Jojo is doing a great job of poking here. The Q flash! Oh, he gets killed! He gets snapped! Georgia Pune, back to North America! The crab? Yike! The crab doesn't use smite. 4K, this is a crucial catch from Targamas! Crucial! Elioya looking for the smite. The carpet comes. Oh, the Q! Targamas! Here comes Midwin. Oh, Vladdy gets one shot. Oh, they get him! The reset! The reset! Targamas! Damn! Targamas!
Grouping up of Calming Koi. So Calming Koi. Oh, just the names, the K's. They get to me. Calming Koi. Grouping up on this top side. Atakan, the focus. You really want to control this tri-brush. It's the most important.
Azir is too scared to show him bottom way, but I think he can. The enemy team is not positioned close enough to actually break. Now Casey is just rushing onto Midwin. Midwin has no flash, and they know Midwin's gonna Q with the minion to get the slow off. He gets the slow off, the E, the backwards, the snap. Kalist is using the Atakan as a jumping paddle. Whatever that is. Usually I would hate early Atacans like this, but this Atacan will cross over into Drake.
Hopefully can't use as much of their range, but these Qs are starting to land from the Karma, and it does.
Alright, we're on Drake, guys. Red side has Atacan, so Kana and Vladi are the big ones that are allowed to die. They're allowed to die, and they can TP back to the fight. Keep in mind, there's still a 15-second withdrawal, so any death is still meaningful. Koi will have to fight this. There's a Cloud Soul that is a little bit nerfed, so at least there's that. Koi have a nice position considering they got it. Got the little thing here. Targamas still has Kalista ult. This is a very hard commitment on a fucking Kalista ult. Targamas. There's the root. There's a CC on Super. Super loses his neck. Eyes on the dragon, Casey. Yeah, the soul is a little bit heavy-handed here, man. Like Azir needs to turn into caps. Vladi lost his... Ooh, Alvaro didn't find the business. Whoa, relax. Vladi flashes out. Ooh. Casey, need to be wary of the Azir soldiers, because this Azir still does a shit ton of damage, guys. They need to be careful about it. They need to really be careful. Yeah, because no health. Are we cancelling this, Kana? Yes, we are. I don't know, this is kind of dank from Casey. Casey, where's the discipline at? Casey, you're making me nervous here. You're making me really nervous, Casey. I don't know about this. They have the Smite Rend. They have enough. Oh! Oh my days. Jesus. The Smite Rend failure. Elioya with a steal, keeping them in the game. The Rend and the Smite. The Rend and the Smite just was comboed so poorly. Oh my days. Well, Koi have a slight gold lead, guys. Alright, Midwin is tanky, bro. Is this the target you want to go for? Really? Yike. Oh, the hook from Targamas on Super again. Oh. No, come on, man. Come on. Come on now. Koi, you're actually in this game. You were in this game. They were in this game. Still, the composition of Koi is hard, man. We are all on Elder, man. All on Elder. All on Elder now. Vladi, only level 15. The move speed, Georgia Pune losing HP. His HP pool needs to be... Oh, the double! The double! Oh, the Quadra! Oh, the Renato ult! Casey is just way better, guys. Casey was just way better, guys. Way better. Casey are just the GOATs, guys. Bro, like, Targamas was so insane today, bro. Targamas was so fucking good today, bro. Guys, let's drop the business as per usual. Let's do the DPM votings. Midwin, not gonna lie, Midwin was quite uninteresting today, bro. Like, I really didn't enjoy his karma. Like, I think in the end, I don't want to judge him too harsh because the game loss wasn't really on him. Like, he didn't really have any opportunities to do much. But I'm not a big it's like 3-4, you know. I don't think it's as harsh. I think in terms of Kana's performance today as well, you know, Kana, you know, he played the game, he did his thing, you know. I don't think he was a focal point today. You know, 7-6, you know, that's where he lands. 7, you know, very like top lane was not a thing today, bro. Top lane was completely irrelevant. Yike, honestly, Yike was a fucking demon. Like, the Wukong game was really good. The Maokai game was fantastic. Brilliant Maokai game. I think it's an easy 8 for me. Easy 8. Elioya did get the Nash steal that made the game spicy. The Vi game, I think that You know, they were outdrafted, outplayed, stunned, and slayed. I think we're giving Elioya a solid 5. You know, we're giving him a 5. I think we can even extend. You know, it's like Mad Lions just got outdrafted in that game with the Vi, and they got just outplayed on the map. He just couldn't find any angles. So Yak for me was a 9 today. I think the Wukong angles was also super good. The team fighting was super good. I liked Yak today super much. Jojo Pune, I think Vladi in his game 1 was fucking insane, crazy good. Jojo Pune was, you know, especially the Aussie was getting caught. He got caught in the game losing scenario, and I think that's such a big, you know, stain there on the name. I think Jojo getting caught with Aussie the way he did is unacceptable, you know. It's unacceptable. His Aussie game needs to be on him. I think Vladi for me here, I give him an 8. I give him an 8. I think that Vladi was really, really good today. Really, really good. ADC, I do think that, you know, Super wasn't the issue today. I do think, though, that same thing as per usual. It's like, AD, you're very limited in what you can do, so we give him a 4. And I think that Caliste, today, I think he was pretty damn solid. I don't think that he was, you know, the focal point. I think that Caliste, solid. I like this Calista game, bro. I really like this Calista game, so maybe give him an 8. You know, little 8. And then ADC, like let's go to support finally. Honestly, Tagamas was fucking crazy, bro. Like I think he might get the 10 of today, bro. Like, I think he might get the 10 of today because that superhero play he did, bro. That superhero play he did before Drake 3 was insane. Let me show you guys. This play here, he won the game. He won the whole game here, Tagamas. This move here. Just won the whole game. Look at this. Boom. Boom. Won the whole game. And Tagamas gets a 10 out of 10 for me, bro. Just a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I think Alvaro was very disappointing for me today, bro. Alvaro really, really disappointing. I think going on the wrong targets in the Rakan game, the 2v2 kill, I was really disappointed with Alvaro today, especially after his regular season performance and where I expect Alvaro to be. I was very disappointed with Alvaro today, bro. Targamas gets a 10 out of 10 for me, man. Easily. Alright, so many jungle bans. So many jungle bans. A lot of champions that Elioya wants to play. I wonder what's coming after. Zyra, easy peasy, lock in, easy peasy. Nuclear Ints are never gonna take the Yone away. All these jungle bans were invested for absolutely nothing. Irrelevant Ambessa shown. The takeaway. Let's see what he's cooking in the jungle, because Nidalee is usually an answer, guys, into Zyra. In my top 3 video, I do think I went back and checked, and I do think that I underrated the super split. Nuke with Aurora. This is some new stuff here from BDS. This is a new side to them. Let's see what they're gonna cook up. Koki over Varus. I think that's crazy considering you have Viego. I feel like their draft is gonna be so wonky, bro. I think Koi is gonna win this, lads. Bro, the blue side draft is fucking Exodia, guys. Hold on.
brand new series, Breaking the Law, where I'll be diving into the lore and theories of some of my favourite games and series. This is something I've been working on since my playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It got me thinking about the cycle of life of Final Fantasy IX, how it works and how it affects the game's universe as a whole. And with all the hype building around Final Fantasy IX Remake, I thought it was a great time to delve into this subject, breaking it down across 6 videos, discussing story, world building, and how it ties into the Buddhist cycle of rebirth, Samsara. So with that, let's dive in, starting with the cycle of rebirth in Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX's universe revolves entirely around the cycle of rebirth. Everything within said universe follows the same principle. When something dies, it is reborn. All life comes from one source, the crystal. The crystal births world crystals into being, and these world crystals then begin a cycle of rebirth all on their own. Worlds form around them, and the planet is terraformed into something that can support life. The world crystal begins to make simple life forms. These creatures live out their days until one day they die. The soul of that creature returns to the world crystal, and the memories it experienced help develop more intricate life. This goes on for millennia, advancing life and civilizations towards an endpoint, at which time the world crystal begins the end phases of its existence. Everything on that world perishes and the world crystal dies. Instead of the world crystal returning to the original crystal, it is left in the cosmos, filled with the memories of its past life, and is reborn into a new world that is given a head start in creating new life, and starting the process all over again. This is ultimately how the cycle of rebirth works, but there is a little more to it that I want to delve into, the concept of memories and souls. In Final Fantasy IX, a soul is the embodiment of a person that is born from the world crystal and returns to it when it dies, ready to be reborn to continue life on the planet. It is completely invisible to the naked eye, as when we see someone die in the game, we don't see it returning to the crystal. But there are instances where we are able to see them. One example is from the end of the game, where the party members not chosen for the final battle use their remaining energy to revitalize those who will fight Necron, which appears to be their soul, or at least part of it. Another example comes in the form of Terran souls. When we open the way to Terra, we enter what looks like a vortex. Inside are glowing lights being pulled down, which may be a representation of Terran souls that are being cycled through Gaia into its crystal. On closer inspection, these lights are actually in the form of a phoenix. In multiple mythologies of our world, including Egyptian, Persian and Greek, the phoenix is a creature that cyclically regenerates upon its death. Some believe that it bursts into flames and is reborn from its ashes, while others state that it simply dies and is reborn once it is decomposed. Representations of the phoenix have appeared throughout the Final Fantasy series, whether it is as a summon that deals damage and brings back KO'd characters, or more commonly, the use of its down to revive them from the same state. The symbolism associated with the phoenix and the Terran souls is incredibly powerful. It shows the extent at which the Terrans are being revived, taking the form of the phoenix to portray the new cycle of rebirth that they are undergoing, using a creature that is known throughout mythology as one that is reborn in its own cycle. Within the Final Fantasy IX universe, souls and the physical body are separate entities, which is how they are able to exist once the physical body has perished. We see this with the Terran souls that are being kept in stasis, as well as the soulless beings on Terra. Garland also shows this when his physical body is killed by Kuja. His spiritual form continues on. The main reason souls exist is so they can accumulate life experiences and create memories. These memories are sent back to the crystal and are processed by it in order to advance life on the world. This can take the form of new life forms, or the evolution of ones currently living on the planet, altering them slightly from what is already there. As Garland states, memories and evolution go hand in hand. Without memories returning to the world crystal, life would not be able to evolve and would cease to change from its current form. Interestingly though, Kuja is able to alter life once he enters Memoria without needing to die and return to the world crystal. He somehow warps the memories of the 4 Terran Guardians and rebirths them into being as Malareth, Tiamat, Kraken and Lich, altering the perception of how we believe the cycle of rebirth works. A soul and its accumulation of memories are what allow an individual to attain trance, empowering them and unlocking powerful abilities unique to that soul. Even black mages are capable of trance, despite Kuja believing they are soulless puppets. However, as they are made of mist, they are still comprised of the essence of a soul. This is why Garland created Zidane as a baby, so he could grow and get his own life experiences and memories, allowing him to trance and making him more powerful than Kuja. Due to Terra's involvement, the Gaian souls have begun to change. For at least 3,000 years, Terran souls have been mixing with Gaians, resulting in many of Gaia's souls to be tainted by Terra's. In this image, the blue represents Gaian elements, whereas the red is Terran elements, showing an example of the disruption of Gaia's cycle of rebirth, which brings me on to the next subject, the Well of Souls. In history and religion, the Well of Souls has had many different stories associated with it. Located in Jerusalem, where a temple once stood, it is primarily known as the center of the world in both the Jewish and Muslim religions, where it is said to be covered by a foundation stone that contains the river of paradise or the abyss filled with raging waters of the flood, depending on the religion, both indicating this is where life began and spread out from this source. Those of the Jewish faith say it is the spot that Abraham sacrificed his son Isaac, and those in both the Muslim and Islamic faiths say it is where Muhammad ascended. It is also believed to be the location where Noah landed after the flood, allowing life to once again sprout from this source and becoming the center of the world once the water is cleared. It is also noted that when someone dies, their spirit returns to the Well of Souls, where they await the final judgment. Their voices can be heard calling from the well. The Well of Souls has appeared in a lot of different mediums over the years. We see it in Indiana Jones at the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It is also an integral part to the story of Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning, where gnome scientists are trying to bring a corpse back to life by using a magical device known as the Well of Souls, in order to defy fate itself, recycling a soul back to its body, which ultimately leads to your character coming back to life. The live stream from Final Fantasy VII is also seen as a Well of Souls within its own cycle of rebirth. When someone dies, they return to the planet and become part of the live stream, eventually leading to new life that will one day return to the planet. A similar argument could be made for Final Fantasy X. When someone dies, their soul needs to be sent to the far plane. A summoner can perform the sending and allow it to go to the far plane to stop them from becoming a fiend. The far plane is essentially the afterlife, a paradise for those that died. It is filled with fields of flowers and water. Those that enter it are able to see images of those they have lost by focusing on their memories of the deceased. The Fireflies react to these memories and create an image of the lost soul, so that the living can still see their loved ones. This could be seen as the same concept as the Well of Souls, with souls of the dead still being seen even in the afterlife. Final Fantasy IX is different due to the way that the cycle of rebirth works. We know the process of how souls are born and reborn due to the World Crystal's involvement. Upon death, a soul returns to its World Crystal, which is essentially the Well of Souls for each individual world, as life begins and ends with them. All souls pass through the crystal and pool inside it, waiting for their memories to be processed, before being reborn or developed into more complex life forms. However, due to the Terran's plan, Gaia's Well of Souls is completely disrupted. As Terra's crystal was dying, the Terrans began to fuse younger crystals to theirs in order to keep it going, which seemed to help stop its decline. Gaia was one of the worlds chosen for fusion, but this ended in failure, causing its destruction and wiping out life on the planet. Garland planted the Ether Tree to help life thrive on Gaia once again, and thousands of years later, he began to block the Gaian souls from returning to their World Crystal in order to weaken it and cycle Terran souls through it instead. The Ether Tree absorbed the Gaian souls and broke them down, sending out mist through its roots after the refining process was complete. By going down inside the Ether Tree where the Soul Cage dwells, you can see a pool of liquid. This is all of Gaia's souls that are being refined. It is a literal Well of Souls. All in order for Gaia's World Crystal to weaken and replace Gaian souls with Terran ones, allowing its inhabitants to awaken from their deep slumber. This creates another cycle of rebirth within Gaia, as the souls that are being absorbed by the Ether Tree are refined and released through the roots, creating mist. The mist causes anger and conflict, which in turn causes more death, forcing the Gaian souls through this disrupted cycle and into the Ether Tree's well, instead of its crystal. In comparison, Terra's Well of Souls has completely run dry. They have stopped all life forms from returning to their World Crystal in order to prevent further decay. With no souls passing through it, Terra's crystal cannot process any memories to create new life, which at this point would take it closer to death. However, calling back to the warp point to Terra we talked about earlier, this very much fits the mythology surrounding the Well of Souls, as we see souls being pulled to it, and it is said that voices can be heard coming from the warp gate, which is either the genomes on the other side or the Terran soul speaking. This matches up with the voices coming from the Well of Souls in mythology. This shows how important the Well of Souls is within the cycle of rebirth of Final Fantasy IX, and how disrupting it has catastrophic consequences on both Gaia and Terra. The concept of ley lines and thin places has been around for a long time. I wanted to talk about them in this video before I go into detail about how they apply to Final Fantasy IX itself. But what exactly are ley lines and thin places? If you think about longitudinal and latitudinal lines on Earth, we could say that ley lines are similar to those. They aren't visible lines we can see, but they are theorized to be there. The difference between them is that ley lines are seen as straight lines between landmarks and buildings on historical or prehistoric sites. An antiquarian from the 1920s named Alfred Watkins argued that straight lines could be seen between multiple historical locations across ancient British settlements and landmarks, which he stated represented trade routes. If we head back further in time to the mid-1800s, the idea of sacred sites being aligned is also mentioned, stating similarities to what Alfred said, that prehistoric monuments and churches aligned with each other. This was also mentioned in the early 1900s in Germany, with lines connecting various sites, leading to the idea of religious and astronomical functions. These were known as holy lines, and were the same concept as the ley lines theory created by Alfred Watkins. Archaeologists and scientists dismissed these claims, saying that Alfred Watkins was drawing lines between sites of different time periods. This would have been impractical for trade routes over hills and mountains across the landscapes. Archaeologists demonstrated that the alignment was purely by chance, and there was no scientific evidence to support it. However, despite the evidence against Watkins' theory, it was revived by the Earth Mysteries movement in the early 1960s. This is when the elements of the stories changed, saying that ley lines carry the energy of the planet to create magnetic fields or areas that generate psychic or spiritual powers. Then there are those who believe they are associated with UFO landing sites. Some of this movement even tried to prove scientific evidence of the existence of ley lines and their purpose, using dowsing rods to find their locations that always crossed on these historical landmarks. There has never been true evidence of the energy said to be found at these locations, but it doesn't mean that there aren't focal points across the world that are said to generate a large amount of Earth's energies. Some even associate the location of ley lines with the concept of thin places. Thin places are said to be locations on Earth where the distance between heaven and Earth is much closer, allowing us to see glimpses of it or feel its presence. It is not just heaven we are able to see, but a look into the other side, into the land of the dead, seeing spirits of those who have passed on. This ties into stone tape theory as well, with certain materials capable of absorbing energy that loops back shown as apparitions. They do not need to be on sacred sites, like how ley lines are said to be connected, but most instances of thin places are, which may have been why churches were built in specific locations as they felt they were closer to heaven. The origins appear to come from Celtic beliefs and mythologies, but this idea spread out across the world with many people believing more about their existence. Final Fantasy games use the concept of ley lines and thin places a lot in their games, so I feel like it was important to talk about in this series, which will ultimately lead back into how the cycle of rebirth works. If you want to see how it works in Final Fantasy VII, then please go check out Professor Nox's video on the subject. Finally, I want to cover a subject very important to this series. The main purpose of this miniseries is to show how the different elements of Final Fantasy IX fit into the cycle of rebirth, Samsara. But what is Samsara and how does it work? In Buddhism and Hinduism, Samsara is the representation of the cycle of life, covering birth, death and rebirth of those trapped inside it. It is considered a wheel of suffering that is perpetuated by ignorance. Those that suffer will live endless lives, generating karma that places them in one of the 6 realms on the wheel. The main purpose of Samsara is to escape the wheel and attain enlightenment to reach Nirvana. In Buddhist cosmology, the 6 realms of Samsara are the god, demigod, human, animal, hungry ghost, and hell realms. These realms are divided into 3 higher realms that represent good, and 3 lower realms that represent evil. However, there is a little bit more to this classification of good and evil that we'll get into once we start talking about each realm. The god, demigod, and human are the 3 higher realms, and the animal, hungry ghost, and hell are the 3 lower realms. The god realm is the realm of heavenly beings filled with all the pleasures they could ask for. Those considered gods, or devas, hold godlike powers and have the ability to live for millennia. They live a life of happiness and indulgence, with some even ruling over celestial kingdoms. Even with all the pleasures they could ask for, those that are in the god realm still suffer. Their powers blind them to the world of suffering, filling them with pride, but these gods are still able to age and die. As their end draws near, they are rejected by the other gods and begin to see glimpses of the world they may be reborn into, which is always one of the other 5 realms. Some say that because these beings have had the greatest pleasures, they also have the greatest miseries. The canopy of the Tree of Life is in this realm, allowing the gods to pick and enjoy the pleasures of its fruits. To be reborn here, you must have pride and an immense amount of good karma. The human realm is our plane of existence. It is a realm that we suffer with birth, aging, sickness, and death. Those who live in it have the capacity to be good or evil. Those in the human realm are able to achieve enlightenment to escape Samsara, but most of the beings in it are blinded and consumed by their desires, halting their chances of ever escaping. It is considered fortunate to be able to be reborn in this realm, as it gives you another chance to be able to escape. You'll be reborn here if you have a desire and capacity for good. The demigod realm is filled with powerful beings referred to as titans or Ashura. The demigods are known for their supernatural powers, but they are not as powerful as those in the god realm. They are beings that suffer with anger and jealousy and are constantly engaged in conflict, fighting with the gods and causing sickness and natural disasters in the human realm. The Tree of Life is said to grow within the demigod realm, adding to their jealous natures as the fruits fall off in the god realm. Despite their fierce and quarrelsome natures, they still have the potential to be both good and evil like humans. They are still considered one of the higher realms. It is a realm that accumulates a lot of karma due to the nature of the demigods, which we'll see if they move up or down when they die. Being reborn here requires jealousy associated with good karma. The animal realm is a realm that usually coexists with the human realm. It is the literal state of existence for animal beings. Animals are characterized by similar suffering to humans: birth, aging, sickness, and death. But they also suffer with cannibalism, enslavement, exploitation by humans, and limited intelligence. In some Buddhist texts, plants also appear in this realm as they have primitive consciousness. The animal realm is thought to be similar to the hellish realm because animals are driven by their instincts and impulses rather than what would be considered sentient thought. To be reborn here, you must accrue negative karma associated with ignorance. The hungry ghost realm is filled with spirits that suffer from hunger and thirst. Very little food exists in this realm, and no matter how much the spirit consumes, they cannot be quenched or satisfied. Buddhists characterize them as beings with very small mouths and large stomachs. Despite it being the realm of the hungry, it can be derived more so by excessive cravings and attachments. As they are invisible, there are traditions where people will leave food and drink out in the open so the spirits may consume it. When they have run out of bad karma, they will be reborn into one of the other realms. As such, those reborn here are associated with intense greed and negative karma. The Hell realm is the final realm of Samsara. It is the location of the damned. Those who have committed great atrocities and crimes end up here. Like those in the God realm, they live extremely long lives, but to repent for their actions in their previous life. Acts of lying, thievery, adultery, and murder will see you receive the same torture that you committed to the others. The Hell realm is often described as being split into areas of fire and ice, but there are multiple areas to it based on the amount of evil karma you accumulated. Unlike Christian beliefs where hell is the final spot of the damned, this realm of Samsara will see you reborn once your evil karma has run its course. To be reborn here, you must have lived a life of hatred and intense negative karma. Each of the realms is watched over by a different form of Buddha, often referred to as the 6 sages, allowing them to lessen the suffering of those trapped in each realm to help them to reach enlightenment no matter what realm they are currently in. Indra watches over the God realm. Shakyasima watches over the human realm. Vemasitra is the Buddha of the demigod realm. Dhruvasima oversees the animal realm. Javalamukha sees over the hungry ghost realm. And Dharamaja watches over the hell realm. This is to make sure that no realm is forgotten about, that all souls have their chance to escape the wheel of Samsara, It is just that those of the human realm have a higher chance of achieving it than those of the other 5 realms. The 6 realms of Samsara are not the only things shown inside the wheel. There are 3 other elements that are all linked to how it works. Right at the centre of the wheel are 3 beings of suffering, ones that we are said to suffer with every hour of every day until we reach Nirvana. They are the fuel of the wheel, giving it momentum to continue on. They are sometimes referred to as the 3 roots of evil, or the 3 poisons. The first is desire, represented by a cockerel. The second is hatred or jealousy in the form of a snake. And the third is ignorance that is represented by a boar. Each of these animals is holding on to the tail of the other to show the endless loop of negativity. By building up spirituality, we can gain control of these and destroy these emotions to help us lead us to Nirvana. Outside the centre circle is the circle referred to as Bardo, the state between death and rebirth. On the right side, we see souls being pulled down by the demons having let the 3 roots of evil overcome them. The other side depicts souls rising, being led upwards as if they overcame the 3 evils and the negative karma they bring. Bardo refers to the intermediate state between life and death. After a soul dies, they will enter the state of Bardo, where they will wait until their time of rebirth occurs, depending on the karma they accrued during that lifetime. Souls in this state can end up back in the same world they were in, if there is a balance of the same karma, such as a human could end up back in the human realm instead of moving to the demigod realm or hungry ghost realm. Once these souls enter their next life, they will be at the mercy of the outer ring of Samsara. On the outer edge of the wheel of Samsara sits the 12 independent factors. Each factor can be seen as a link in a chain, where the previous factor leads into the next and will continuously repeat until the soul is liberated and sent to Nirvana. This is the true reason by the endless cycle of death and rebirth, or Samsara. Each of the 12 independent factors shows specific imagery that translate to what occurs in each factor. The first factor is the state of ignorance, showing a blind man representing the spirit after death in the state of unconsciousness. The second factor is karmic impulse, shown by a potter using his wheel. The spirit moves out of its unconscious state and enters its subconscious. The third is consciousness, represented by a monkey looking through a window. This is where the faculties that allow us to perceive things slowly begins to take place. The fourth factor is name and form, shown by 2 men in a boat. This is where the 5 skandhas are created, representing our physical and mental existence. It is the basis for the suffering of Samsara. The 5 skandhas are form, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. The 5th factor is activating senses, shown by prosperous houses. It is when the sensory organs begin to appear, such as smell, sound, touch, and so on. The 6th is the factor of contact, shown by a couple embracing. This is the state of objects coming together. Senses and consciousness are said to be seen as contact. The 7th factor is sensation, represented by someone being shot in the eye by an arrow. It is the next in line after contact, as it expresses the feelings of what the soul felt, whether they are good, bad, or neutral feelings. The 8th is the factor of craving, or to want, showing a man intoxicating himself. It is where desire is created. Whether it is good or bad, it is felt as a wanting of an object. If it's seen as neutral, it is reduced to accepting the object instead. The 9th factor is the state of grasping, depicted by a person picking fruit from a tree. To grasp is the point in which the sperm and the egg create an embryo. An embryo represents a state of consciousness and the beginning of life. The 10th is the state of becoming, represented by a pregnant woman. Becoming essentially means the preparation for the different types of existence as the life enters its gestation period. The 11th represents the rebirth of life, shown by an image of a woman giving birth. The life will enter the realm it was meant to be in, due to the karma in its previous life. The 12th and final independent factor is aging and death. It is depicted by a man carrying a body to be cremated. It represents the fact that once we are born, we age and we die. And upon death, we return to Bardo, where we wait to be sent back to the first of the 12 independent factors. That is everything on the inside of the wheel, but there are actually 2 celestial beings and 1 celestial location that sit on the outside. The first is Yama, the god of death, who holds the wheel of Samsara. His job is to weigh up your karma and question you about your life, so that you know which realm you are going to be reborn into. The moon we see is the state of Nirvana, the location of where those who have been liberated from Samsara go once they have attained enlightenment. The Buddha sits on the opposite side of the moon, pointing at it while watching over the wheel to help those inside it reach their salvation. And with that, we've come to the end of the first video. Across the next 5 videos, I'll be delving deep into the many elements of Final Fantasy IX and showing how they fit into the wheel of Samsara, talking about the story, history, and what placement they have on the wheel. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video, where I'll be talking about the celestial bodies of Final Fantasy IX.
Quinn69, a professional gamer. Yep. We're gonna watch it. This is so good, yeah. We'll see.
Before we start the vlog, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not a psycho. Like, why I've got random weapons just all over the place.
You dumb fucking retard! I'm worried about my friend Quinn69.
Damn!
He's been gaming now indoors for about 10 years. And he's just become this pent-up, awkward freak roach of a man.
Wonga wingy.
He's losing touch with reality at an alarming rate. I'm going to go and visit the locals and see if they have any words of advice. Then I'm going to pop in and see the man himself.
Okay. Damn, so that's New Zealand.
Howie, so do you know much about Quinn69 at all? No?
Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm Zach, by the way.
Just that he's a streamer or something?
Here we go. All right. It's a Honda CBR 1100 X6 Blackbird.
What?
What would you recommend for someone that wants to get out and about?
Is there anyone out there who's stuck inside? It's time to get outside.
Maybe to him the world is a bit scary.
Never judge a book by its cover. Read the whole book and then you've got the right to judge that person.
Mate, that's a banger.
Is New Zealand a real place? This is crazy.
We've arrived at Quinn69's humble abode, but at a not-so-humble price.
The cock
Now,
shed.
we've come to ask the questions. Where did the tremendous weight gain come from? Why is he wasting so much money on nothing? And also, why the heck does he stay indoors for half a year straight when he lives in such a beautiful part of the country?
It's true.
Now, we're going to ask him these questions, we're going to find out the answers, and we're going to try and help him out a bit along the way. So it's 9:30 a.m., which means Quinn is probably just about to go to bed. It's about equivalent to our midnight. Let's go see what he's up to.
Damn, bro. Like, he on that real schedule. I like that. There you go.
Your fucking bang! Fucking bang! Your fucking bang!
Oh, shit.
Here's me back. I'd like.
Oh.
Your pirate fucking software! Your fucking bang! Going in! Okay, oh, what the fuck is this? No, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die.
So we've just arrived at Quinn's and we thought we'd come in and say hi.
Guys, would you shut the fuck
Is that
up?
a bald spot? That's crazy. Wow. Look at that. Wow.
A fucking joke, bro. What an easy boss. That one looks closer!
Oh.
Ah! Bro!
Oh. Should have rolled.
You fucking kidding me?
It's fine, it's fine.
What was that? That didn't even hit me, bro! I told you I wasn't ready to do the boss fight, Zach!
Hey, I'm sorry, I just thought it would make some good content for the documentary, man.
So now he
This is
lost his
all your
character.
fault, Zach.
Damn.
Oh, fuck. Wait, seriously?
I was there.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
This may have been a mistake. This may have been a mistake, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, what? I should have logged.
Yep.
So have you finished streaming, Quinn?
Yeah, bro.
And you're all right about that? That's okay, I'm sorry. If it was anything to do with the film crew, I'm sorry about that, man.
No, it's all good, brother.
I mean, do you need to get yourself a coffee or something before we
Yeah,
settle down for an interview?
I'm out of coffee, bro. I mean, what do you think?
Quinn, wait, it says professional roach? How is it that this like roach meta started? Like, cause I just started saying this in like the classic WoW, like those videos, and I feel like everybody's been spamming this shit. Like, it's gotten really big. Oh my god.
So, where do you sit on the spectrum?
What kind of, we talking like, is this with the Jew thing, or is...
The autism spectrum.
I'm definitely autistic.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I'll generally order 2 burgers or 3 burgers,
and then I'll put one burger in the fridge,
Yeah.
which I'll then consume when I wake up immediately. Minimal effort,
there you go.
and it tastes amazing.
A
And it's
burger
good for you.
fuel?
Burgers are really the ultimate food, I feel like.
I would
Because
say so,
you can
yeah,
eat
true.
a burger in so many different ways. You can have a chicken burger,
Yep.
a beef burger. You can have a tofu burger. if
You do not need to do that. You just have beef. Like, there's no reason to ever eat a tofu or a chicken burger if you have beef. It's just it's pointless.
So have you had a tofu burger?
I've never had a tofu burger, no.
Yeah.
Tofu's fucking disgusting.
How are your energy levels?
Product fatigue, bro.
Do you think that could be anything to do with eating the exact same meal for a whole month?
No.
No. Whenever I eat Chipotle every day, it's fine. But to be fair, I did cut back on it. Now I only eat it every other day.
I'm an instant coffee gamer. All right. We like to get
I've never
the old
had
instant coffee out.
And that's
You might not believe this. I've literally never had coffee in my life. I had like 2 sips of it. I didn't like the taste. I put it down. I was like 14, and I never drank another sip of coffee again in my entire life.
Fat milk, is it?
This is full fat. This is full fat, bro.
Full fat. So tell me, Quentin, why are you drinking coffee when you could be drinking water?
Well, coffee has caffeine in it, bro.
How does that happen? I guess it's the headset, right? Yeah, it's got to be the headset. Yeah.
It has caffeine in it, bro.
That's crazy.
And that allows me to, stay switched on the ball, give good takes.
What about Coca-Cola?
Do you have it?
No, that's bad for you, bro. Have you seen those videos where they strip rust off screws, man?
I drink 117 cans of
Wait,
Cokes.
what the fuck was he just saying? Wait, hold up.
Good takes.
What about Coca-Cola?
No, that's bad for you,
Fake.
bro. Have you seen those videos
Fake.
where they strip rust off screws,
It's
man?
fake.
I drink 117 cans of Cokes a week. That's all I drink.
117 cans of Cokes. Okay.
And everybody knows that.
I notice you've got a set of scales. Why is that?
I like to keep track of my weight.
Yeah.
How is your weight going?
Well, with the subathon, I did put on a couple pounds, so to speak.
How many kilograms did you put on?
During the burger diet, I went from a solid 80 or 79 to 85, even sometimes 86.
Has the burger diet...
85. How much? Just a minute. What is this in freedom units? 89? Almost 200 pounds? Jesus!
Diet finished?
Right now, I'm in the process of transitioning from a burger diet to a keto burger diet, where I just have, they basically remove the buns and you just eat the burger with some lettuce. And then what I'm going to do is effectively remove the lettuce and then remove the beetroot, and to the point where we remove everything except the meat. And I'm going to go full carnivore.
What do you do for exercise?
I think that's a good idea. That's what cavemen did back in the day, and that's what worked for them. And so, yeah. I always think about, if I always am curious, like, what should I do with my life? I think about what would a caveman do, and I just do that.
Before I fight a boss or whatever, I'll go for, maybe I'll do a pull-up.
Like as in one pull-up?
Gets me pumped out of the game and also pumped in the game.
So you do one every time you fight a boss?
Oh, not every time. That's ridiculous. I fight a lot of bosses, you see. So.
Yeah. I was a little bit worried about how things were going in Quentin's life.
Like one pull-up a day or like one pull-up a week. I think that's fair.
So I called in to see the coffee guy.
Now, have you caught up with Quinn 69 at all lately?
Not recently, no.
Uh-oh.
He's kidding.
So when was the last time you saw him?
That would be when you guys were carving laps on the hour on the jet ski.
Oh, bro, the coffee guy!
So one thing we see all the time on the river is jet skis, and they just create such a huge problem.
Bro, I feel like this is New Zealand basically just Australia? Because I feel like I'm watching Australia.
Some people go a long way out of their way to not have to talk to me, so I can't blame them.
Me and him, we're good mates, good pals.
Do you think him making
it's like this haircut and the mullet? These are like I never see anybody that wears this. This isn't Australian.
Coffee is in fact a job.
He's providing a service. People are giving me money, so I would say it probably is a job. Just a very, very
streaming
fucking cool job.
So you don't have a job at all. You just make coffee.
Would you classify what you do as a job?
Streaming is probably one of the most stressful and full-on jobs you can do.
Nope.
There's firefighters, police officers, doctors. Firefighters are scum. Yeah. Everybody loves you. And all you're doing is saving people from fires. Whereas police officers are saving people from metaphorical fires. And what do they get?
So you think you do a bit of a policeman's job? Is that what's happening here?
So he's like the internet police.
Remember, I did get accepted into the police, and I just chose the army instead.
But yes, so you were in fact in the army.
I was in the army, yes.
So you went into the army, just you yourself?
My cousin Arthur.
We managed to reach out to Cousin Arthur to get his take on things.
There he is.
First of all, thank you so much for coming. I'm Cousin Arthur. Is it true
This is Quinn's cousin. I immediately believe this.
that you served in the military with Quentin?
Affirmative. He was weak. Fat.
Thank you so much, Cousin Arthur, for coming on.
Hoorah.
So cousin is his first name?
What are you fucking stupid?
Oh, God.
He's a cousin, bro. He's a cousin. Cousin Arthur.
Jesus.
It's a prefix.
Wait, is that a word you learnt from gaming?
That's part of the XL terminology.
Do you think life becomes a little bit like Path of Exile in some ways?
Whenever I'm out doing things and, analyzing situations, I view it through the lens of Path of Exile. For example, people keep referencing with the Elon saga and the Elon drama, other people covering my story.
Am I going to be in this?
It's kind of just like a damage multiplier that you would have inside Path of Exile.
So you and
So I'm not increased, I'm more? Oh, that's great.
Elon go way back. Is that the language you use when you're talking with him?
When I'm talking to Elon wouldn't understand any of that. Elon is a fucking bozo.
I thought I said acquaintance. Can I talk to you for just 1 second?
Nah, sorry, he's just laid out right now. Sorry.
I just got one thing and I just said, no, I've got one thing I need to tell you. Quinn, I love you.
You go to the circus, you go laugh at the clowns.
I know, like Elon. Elon is a fraud.
Got the kid talking about it.
So how did he become a fraud?
Watching him clearly have no idea what he's doing.
That was crazy.
Boasting about how he's like a top-ranked gamer.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the basics of even how to navigate the interface, let alone play his character. Honestly, it made me a bit sad and distraught. He's a fucking fraud, bro. He was faking it all.
Have you considered that maybe Elon is grounded in reality and he plays the game for fun?
But why lie about being high-ranked in a computer game if you're the richest man on earth? So it would have been cool to see him come in and just, play a game like a human being.
Yep.
And instead of this fucking, I'm the Quake Pro, I'm the top ranked Diablo 4. He's even got his wife, fucking gaslit his wife into like fake tweeting that he didn't.
No, to be fair, I could believe he might have played Diablo 4. Shit's like one button. I mean, I could believe that. Maybe.
Cheat in the video game.
Tell me a little bit about your friend Pirate Software.
I had him.
Oh boy.
Interact with me. He actually posted on the Elon video saying something like, great job on this video. Elon's a fraud.
Yep.
Which I thought, true. Now fast forward to the current day. He's actually just blocked me on Twitter. I don't know why.
Damn. Blocked?
I did make a couple videos on him. Maybe I did a couple tweets.
What were you saying about him?
I'm just letting him know, basics. Like, he's reaping what he sows. You should say sorry. You should take...
I remember Ko said the same thing to Quinn in Final Fantasy 14. Do you remember that? Oh my god.
Accountability. Just own up to your mistakes.
4 years ago.
Pirate is disgusting Welch.
Are you kidding me?
Accountability. Just own up to your mistakes.
Pirate is disgusting Welch.
Do you take accountability in your life?
Whenever I find any sort of issue or thing, a mistake that I've made, what do? Accountability, accountability, accountability. Okay, transparency is key. There's two things I want to teach these kids. One, how to
where's the eels? That besides that, yeah, maybe
be really good at computer games, right? So I've been giving them, and then two, accountability.
My dad taught me never take accountability. Always double down.
When was the last time you saw your kids?
I see them every day. Except I did go like about a month without seeing them.
So it was okay to not see your kids for a month.
Well, that's how it works. When Daddy's working, Daddy's working.
Yep.
Look at that. Daddy's working. Daddy's working.
I heard you got into VTubing recently.
Ultimately, it is what it is.
I'm just a sexy little VTuber girl.
Wait, is that? Oh, I remember this.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Dude, when this happened, I remember there were a bunch of people that didn't know the joke. And so they thought, they were like, I knew it. This is just like Silver Veil, Vey, Iron Mouse. They're all like this. You didn't believe me, but there's the proof. You can see it. Do you remember that? That was so fucking funny.
What the fuck?
I actually do like VTubers. I just don't like 90% of them. Because 90% of them are fucking disgusting.
I'm a VTuber.
I see. Awesome.
I believe you. I immediately, absolutely, totally believe you.
Well, it was lovely to meet you.
They're always doing really weird shit, and they have a bad name for themselves.
Do you like dogs? Yeah, me too.
Why did this happen? Dude, with this, it's like he turned 40.
What did you pay for the cuck shed?
Bit of a bargain, really. Well, not really a bargain. More of a kind of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I had to seize.
I was told that you made the owner an offer he couldn't refuse, but he kind of wanted to sell anyway, right?
What do you mean by that?
I think it was around the $500,000. $500,000, and what do you reckon the property was worth? 100, 200? So he paid more than double.
Do you think that... maybe people are exploiting you for your money?
There's a perception that I'm some sort of super rich guy who's just throwing money into the trash, which is just not the case. I'm really quite smart with my money.
So he's probably a little bit out of touch financially.
Probably. You've got more money than sense.
Could you just give me a
Jesus Christ.
few examples of where you are smart with your money?
Yeah.
I mean, the studio was a great investment. We've got the Cuckshed 2.0, we're calling it. You know, that's in development. It's been in development for a few years now, but the architect is he's just finalizing things.
The architect agreed to sit down with me and answer a few questions.
No way. No, are you kidding me?
About his dealings with Quinn. First of all, thank you so much for coming.
I am Quinton's architect, and I am Quinton's accountant. I like to think that I am someone who's somewhat unorthodox, having not gained a qualification in architecture or accountancy.
Right.
I don't know whether this is a joke or not. Like, some of these, I'm like, oh yeah, he's joking. That one, I don't know.
Right here
it's not,
is exactly the place where the architect fleeced Quinton for $500,000.
Wow.
There's no way. There's no way. Why would you even build here? And as you can well see, there is nothing to show for it.
I have delivered some incredible drawings, and many people see drawings as a means to an end, but I see drawings as an end unto itself.
How much money have you made from Quinton?
A lot.
I've already spent literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on the architect stuff.
100,000 of it went to a lovely European holiday my partner and I had on the Amalfi Coast in Italy. Ended up in Côte d'Ivoire, where we then flew to... Sorry, am I going into too much detail?
Now, there's been accusations that you're scamming Quinton. What would you say to that?
I refuse to be lulled into making a false confession in a documentary.
Have you put any savings aside for when maybe streaming dries up?
Technically, if I sold everything, we would be maybe positive by an amount, but no, I don't really have any savings.
Has your accountant told you where you sit in terms of net worth?
I think it was, last time I checked, it was about minus $600,000.
Oh, so you'll just...
Nice.
Declare bankruptcy.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. There is no shot. Okay, the reality is the stream's popping off. It's going great.
Yep.
And on top of that,